Hi gamers, in the last part I said we're going to be doing the Game Boy player. So if you haven't seen the Super Game Boy review, please watch that first. So we're going to talk about the Game Boy player for the GameCube. And roll 'em. Okay, the Game Boy player came out in 2003. It can play Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Color games, and regular Game Boy games. Even you can change the color palette of the Game Boy games. It is a perfect successor to the Super Game Boy on the Super Nintendo. I've seen the Game Boy player on eBay starting out at $50. I was very fortunate to find it at a pawn shop for $10. So, I can find stuff for good deals. Personally, when playing past Game Boy games, I prefer the Game Boy player. Nothing against the Super Game Boy. It's just the Game Boy player offers it at a better resolution and it's easier to set up. I don't have to deal with that annoying Super Game Boy barrier. One thing the Game Boy player can do, and I like, is you can reset the Game Boy. You can change packs while the GameCube is still on. And usually, I still even use my Game Boy player. I usually play Pokemon, Gen 3, Gen 2, Gen 1 right now. I was playing Gen 3. I'm stuck on the Elite 4. But the game is easier. You don't have to deal with a quick neck. Now, I do use the Game Boy player as opposed to the Super Game Boy because the Game Boy player is more versatile. It can play the advanced games. I even still play Pokemon on it. I can't even get past the Elite 4 and Gen 3, but that's another story. So I do recommend the Game Boy player if you're looking for something to play classics on. Anyway, I'm Freddie, and I hope you enjoyed this Throwback Thursday. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.